Hey everyone, this is my reaction to the 8th episode of the 2nd season of Hibike Euphonium. And last episode, we got to meet Asuka's mother. I mean, got to almost makes it sound like a positive experience, but it really wasn't positive at all. Because she's one of those, I'm not your mother, I'm your owner, essential kind of mothers, right? Like, I say I jump, you say how high, your opinion's irrelevant. It's that kind of thing, right? So she's kind of like making a scene at the school, trying to get Asuka to quit, or telling Asuka to quit. So just pretty unpleasant experience for Asuka, definitely. I mean, for everyone involved in that, really. So this episode is what we're in, so let's see what exactly happens in it. So 3, 2, 1, play. Asuka, say you're quitting. And then her hand-based counter-argument. Oh yeah, the sidestepping. Her telling Asuka to say she's quitting really is the stupidest thing because it's like such a clear-cut example of missing the point entirely of, it being Asuka's will and all that. So much so that it kind of made the mother look like an idiot, but I know she doesn't care. Bum, 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 bum. White and black dog. Okay. Oh, an H-on. We must support her. She's so tiny. Can you even see on the stage? Over the head in front of her. So I was thinking maybe we'd get more into the One-chan thing this episode. It looks like that is going to be the case. Well, there you go. She probably expects her to lose interest by then. Because she doesn't often do that. They're very whimsical. Rhapsody of a Cold. Okay. What are you wanting to do? Oh, okay. Well, I guess that answers that. Mom, you never listen to what I want. We learned so much about her in like 20 seconds. May have. More awkward family stuff. Honestly, I don't even know what to say right now. They do a lot of me in that scene. Oh, Nate-chan, why do you have to be so mean? Jeez. Damn. It would be nice to see the two of them play together, honestly. That's a rumor. Yeah, I would like for you two to talk a bit more. That'd be nice. We really haven't gotten much in the way of interactions between them, and most of the ones we have gotten have been pretty awkward. Yay! We thought you weren't gonna make it. Not well. Well, at least she didn't. I was gonna say at least she didn't sew her mouth shut, but the threat's still there. I would love that. Wow. I mean, wouldn't your mother be there? Can we do it at my house instead? Just the two of us. Without Ikiri, you might even say. Making me a little bit nervous now. I wonder what exactly Asuka's thinking here. Man, she showed up right as Asuka was leaving. Asuka. And I can't take you with me, so... Why would you invite someone over when you were mad at them? I mean, I guess there's some context that you would, but... Everyone, cheer up. I was... I did notice that they didn't seem all that happy, but... You're not the only one. But if you get bronze, that's the worst. I'm sorry with the euphonium. I promise I was blowing, sir. talented friend. What was that? Was that a sneeze? I guess that was a sneeze. Oh yeah, Cold was the title, right? So I guess Kumiko is the one to get the cold. That's actually really cute. Oh, don't headbutt me. Jeez, be a bit more gentle than that. Do you have a fever? I trust Sapphire's opinion on that. Quick, transfer your cold to Reina. Yeah, I'd say she definitely has a cold. She won't be running on any bridges today. Gonna get you a face mask. Yeah, you definitely want to be in the best shape for that. Thanks. Yeah, how you doing, Aoi? Right. And I am this way, so bye-bye. Good question. Maybe we get some advice on what to expect. Yeah, what day is that supposed to happen? Like, you can't really go when you're sick, but... I wonder if Kumiko will be able to play middleman between Asuka and the mother. If you ever read the visual novels Sharin no Kuni, it's kind of what I'm imagining when they talk about inviting her over. You know, the blue-haired girl from Sharin no Kuni? There were some issues with the mother in that game. Although I'm fuzzy on the details, I read it a long time ago. I guess that's kind of comforting. Hidden coldness. So about half an episode left. Are we gonna get that Asuka home visit this episode? She just looks so silly with all those like shoes in front of the door. I know we saw that earlier too. So Rain, are you gonna go visit her? What's it called? Omimai? Okay, Natsuki. I was like, who's Nakagawa again? I had to check my list of names. I refer to them by their given name generally, like it throws me off when they do that. Oneid-chan, can you please visit me? I have a call to transfer to you. Euphonium was probably the intended book to look at. I want to be just like Oneid-chan. I'm not an alien. And look at that thing. Here's a manual, here's some stickers, and... That was a somewhat monotone high, but not fully monotone. It was weird, hard to describe. That's a sarcastic kind of Jozu, I think. Whatever happened to their relationship? Why couldn't they play music together? Is that Reina? Did she just let herself in? Or I mean, like the mother or something probably let her in, but she stealthily came into the room. A few hours ago. I had a feeling Reina would come over. To visit? Yeah, Omi-mai, that's the word. Speaking of lighting, the lighting in the shot's really good. You can see all the shadows and stuff. As expected of Kyoani. So what'd you bring? Pudding. Classic. Is that yeah, that's the disc. Yeah. I thought it was a book earlier, I guess it was a CD. Man, so old school discs and stuff. Just take the disc in your smartphone and play it. So it looks like we might not be able to go to Asuka's house today. We're pretty low on time in the episode. But this is nice too. Oh. I wouldn't have picked up on that, but I believe you. Shindo Masakazu. Name doesn't sound familiar. Yeah, now you come on H when I already have a visitor. Emoto, how dare you play music in a house that I reside in? She leaves, she puts it back in. We're gonna get another slap. Do we have to do this when we have a guest over? Like, this sort of thing always makes a guest feel very uncomfortable, but... It's like, I think I'll take my leave now. Well, that was quite sweet. Okay, are they gonna talk? I was about to say, he was probably not that tall before last time she saw him. But he's like taller than her now. Are you gonna listen in? You can probably guess who she's referring to. Probably not. Why would I be supportive of my little sister? That's crazy. Not to brag or anything, but we're pretty good. Mendokusai. That point was definitely driven home this episode. Usually this is what Kumiko does. It's interesting seeing Reina do it. Bit of a liberal translation there. And that's like the shot from the opening. Oh wow, that's beautiful. Just want to jump in, catch a cold of my own. I sensed your presence on H-Chan. Well, I hope so. I mean, I'm sure she does. Why wouldn't she? Yeah, Sapphire, really happy to see her. It's not the same without Kumiko. It's not going to be you saying Asuka quit, is it? Yeah, how do you even react to that? And roll credits. Yeah, the AD. Well, that was certainly a drama-filled episode. Jesus. A lot to unpack for sure. I'm just gonna drink some water that I have not even opened yet. In the end, we did not get the Asuka home visit. Maybe next episode. Probably next episode. Oh, my kitty cat's awake. Wonder if he's gonna want me to open the door and let him out. Maybe not. Like, you can't see him, but he's just kind of just sat up and now is cleaning himself. And yeah, nothing, no singer or anything like that. Okay, that was the 8th episode of Hibike Euphonium Season 2. And where do I start with this? That's a question. The biggest theme I would say is Kumiko's relationship with her sister. That's kind of always been a bit on the back burner, that things are a little bit awkward. Like they weren't really all that close, that there was something going on there. We knew that the sister used to play an instrument, does not anymore. Does not seem to be too enthusiastic about Kumiko playing the instrument, right? He's very bothered by it pretty much anytime she listens to it, right? She's never really come across as all that supportive. We never really knew why, or why she quit, or any of that stuff, right? So these are the kind of answers I wanted for a while. And in one of the early scenes in the episode, we kind of got a lot of answers there. Like, I want to go back to that part in the episode and make sure I don't miss anything. Yeah, because last episode, she said she was quitting college. We didn't really get a good answer why. And then we have this with the mother being like a beautician all of a sudden. And the usage of all of a sudden definitely bothered her because it's not all of a sudden. She wanted to do this for a while, but apparently she just didn't because she wanted to answer the expectations of her parents. Apparently they very much raised her in this environment, atmosphere, kooky, whatever you want to call it, where, you know, she does what her parents say because it's what feels like the natural thing to do, the only thing she can do, right? There was a scene with the father trying to make it seem like she could do whatever, but judging by what we got from her, that's probably not quite what he projected in the past, and with what little bit we got of him in this episode, I can kind of get where she's coming from. Like, I mean, you could see how he responded to this news, right? So you can kind of imagine how he would respond if she did say, like, yeah, I don't want to do any of this college stuff, just gonna go beautician-y, whatever that's called, right? Like, you can imagine a somewhat similar response if that had happened, but yeah, he just, man, some of the lines he said were pretty horrible, but basically, like, well, the gist of his opinion that I understand it is basically wanting to do your own thing is selfish and you're a horrible person if you do what you want to do. I guess that was his point. I'm not quite sure otherwise. Like, I don't quite get what he was so upset about, really. Like I can understand if he doesn't view her desired career path as ideal. Like, if that's the gist of his position, then that's whatever, but it just seemed like just like anything she wants to do apparently is a no-go. It's horrible for her to do it. Like, I don't quite get that aspect of it, but either way, definitely a very harsh response to the situation. But and Kumiko just like awkwardly sitting on the couch like she wasn't involved in it at all. She's just sitting there, you know, kind of a mom and dad fighting sort of situation, but with the sister included in it, right? She just taking that all in. Because, you know, she's probably not happy with any of this, right? She just wants her family to get along and everyone be happy, but that's kind of not what's going on right now, so she probably doesn't even know what she can do to help. What can you even do to help in her position, really? It's a hard thing. But we also had Asuka this episode, who was very forward about Kumiko coming over. Like, she was kind of thinking, just trying to figure out an excuse to get Kumiko to come over. And I thought it was to have her be kind of like a bit of a mediator, like help her like talk to the mother with Asuka, maybe to try to get to some proper understanding, like come to some kind of compromise, right? So we can get that all resolved. I guess I figured that was the logic, but then she said it would just be those two there, which kind of contradicted that, but I'm not quite sure, actually. I'm very interested to see what will happen there. But I also like the mouth pinching, the sewing the mouth shut, kind of a callback to the earlier scene in the episode with the sister. That was a nice little thing there. But we did not get that scene, the house visit in this episode. I assume we'll get it next episode. I hope so, because one way or the other, that will probably be the start of resolving the Asuka storyline branch, whatever you want to call it, right? That'll be where we start to make some real progress on that. But overall, the group does not seem to be in a good mental space. There's a bit of a depressed kind of atmosphere looming, and it's affecting the music, as it has a tendency to do. So hopefully we can, get past all this and play better music together. That's kind of the hope, right? But we got some nice flashbacks this episode, especially when it came to the sister stuff, because Kumiko started to play music because her sister played music. She was in the audience watching her, and she's like, Mommy, I want to play music like Onei-chan. And she's like, well, you can't do that until 4th grade. Okay, so when I'm in 4th grade, you'll give me the instrument, right? You'll let me do it? She's like, sure, whatever, I guess. And she did. She ended up playing the euphonium, which I guess is similar to the trombone. It's similar enough. I wouldn't know. But yeah, she did pretty well with it. But just the only sad thing is that she picked up the instrument and then Onei-chan kind of stopped or put down the instrument. So the chance to really play music, get music together, I don't think we ever really got that, which is quite sad. But maybe someday in the future. Maybe. Also, Kumiko got sick, which isn't the most surprising thing in the world because that one title did kind of spoil it. The nice thing about that is that it was a chance for Reina to come visit the Omimai, get just to bring her snacks or whatever was in the bag, the pudding and stuff. Also bring her a CD that she kind of had already, but you know, considering Onechan might just confiscate it, I guess it might be a good idea to have too. Like, that really is just so horrible. Like, she just comes over to her sister's room, who's sick, by the way, and says, "Stop playing music because I don't like it, so you're not allowed to play." And that's just, that's that, right? A little bit, see, that's selfish, right? Wanting to, you know, pick your own career path is not exactly selfish, but just stopping your sister from playing music in her own room when she's sick, no less, that's a little bit selfish. I can say that much. Also, we saw a name, Shindo Masakazu. The name doesn't sound familiar. Really? Like, we've probably seen it before, like, but I'm not quite sure who. Like, because I don't think it's anyone on my list of characters here, but it's probably a name that has been said before. But and then we have some eavesdropping from Reina, right? God, Onechan got to meet Shuichi, which was a fun little interaction in itself. Also brought up the idea of actually going to see her sister's performance, which would be a nice thing to do. But, you know, she was like, why would I do such a thing? But then a transition into her wanting to CD of her performance. So I think some good definitely came of that little conversation. Definitely. And that's pretty much the gist of the episode, right? But I am kind of curious if something did happen, like, even though the sister has wanted to be a beauty person since middle school, she obviously gave up on that and was doing the whole college thing. But she only has like a year left to graduate, so kind of making that hard turn into, well, I'm stopping right now and just going back to that. Like, even if that desire has always been there, I feel like there had to have been something that happened recently that kind of like pushed it back to the surface, if that makes sense. So if there was some kind of incident that did that, maybe some friend pushing her in that direction, something like that. Maybe a friend gave her like some kind of motivational speech off screen or something like that. That could be a thing, which reignited her passion, right? That could be a thing. If it was a thing, I would like to know about it. I would like a flashback or some sort of conversation about it, right? Because you had to imagine something like that happened off screen. But yeah, if she could just, you know, follow her passion, maybe pick up the instrument again, and maybe play together with Kumiko, that would be great. So hopefully that can all work out. I mean, she may be homeless as she does all these things, but you know, just do your best, I guess. But I'm kind of skimming through the episode, seeing if there's anything else I wanted to touch on, and I think I covered pretty much everything. Just the Asuka stuff I'm really curious about, and hope to see some good stuff come from that home visit when we do get it. Also, I do want to go back to that one line near the end, because I want to make sure I didn't misread that. Yeah. If Tanaka-san cannot decide whether or not she'd like to continue with us by this weekend, I'm going to have Nakagawa-san perform in her stead at Nationals. Like I said, it throws me off a little bit when he uses family names, but yeah. Asuka Natsuki, right? Which, yeah, this is the sort of thing that it's kind of hard to know how to feel about it, right? Like, on the one hand, Natsuki getting a chance would be cool, but also Asuka losing a chance would not be cool, right? So it's zero-sum game kind of stuff. But I like both those characters, so I don't really want to see either of them get screwed over or miss an opportunity to do something they want to do, right? So it's an awkward position as a result of that. So, but so it does give us kind of a timeline, a timetable. So hopefully she can go to Asuka's place, talk with her mother, get everything all resolved and worked out, and live happily ever after. That's kind of the hope. So that's all I got to see on the episode, though. So if you enjoyed this video, I do hope you click the like button, subscribe, support me on Patreon so I can keep doing what I'm doing. And I hope to see you in the next video. Until then, bye-bye.